Revelator, Aggregator. I think Lyndon Johnson was a down low, homosexual say. And I think he used say as a weapon to manipulate people. Throughout the years of Lyndon Johnson, the entire series, Caro talks about how Johnson was really adept at being a professional son. He was really skillful at flattering old, powerful men, debasing himself in front of them, just kissing up to them. He would mercilessly bully and terrorize subordinates, but he would kiss up to and kowtow to those people in power above him. Sam Rayburn, the Speaker of the House, who terrified everybody else, Lyndon Johnson was so close with him and had won him over so hard, he'd kiss him on his bald head. Senator Harry Byrd, he'd kiss him on the hand. But what really got me to thinking that Lyndon Johnson was a homosexual, say, was his relationship to Charles Marsh and Charles Marsh's mistress, Alice Glass. Charles Marsh was this super rich Texas newspaper publisher and oil man who for years provided Lyndon Johnson with all kinds of political support, both financially and in the columns of his papers. And of course, Lyndon fawned all over him and kissed up to him and was like, I need your wisdom and all this, and was a professional son, while at the same time carrying on a torrid extramarital affair with Alice Glass. One of the many, many times he cheated on poor old Lady Bird. And supposedly him and Alice Glass were real reckless about it, like not doing a whole lot to try to keep it under wraps. And supposedly it was going on right under Charles Marsh's nose, and supposedly Charles Marsh didn't know about it. And Charles Marsh being a huge benefactor to Lyndon Johnson's political career, it could have been political career suicide if Charles Marsh found out and was upset about it. I probably should have said suicide, say. I might have just messed myself up completely with the robots, y'all. Anyhow, Lyndon Johnson cared about becoming president and achieving power more than he did anything else, so I don't think it's super likely he would have been playing with fire like that. So in the books, Caro addresses the affair and makes like all this was under Marsh's nose. And makes like Alice Glass and Lyndon Johnson pulled a fast one on Charles Marsh and pulled the wool over his eyes. But I don't buy it. You don't make the kind of money Charles Marsh made by being dumb or naive or a rube or a patsy. Or, dare I say it, a cuck, as the kids are saying these days. So I'll tell you what I think was going on. And I'm not trying to co-sign or condone it. I'm just telling you what I think was really going down. And it wasn't what Robert Caro pushes in the years of Lyndon Johnson. I think that all three of them, Lyndon Johnson, Alice Glass, and Charles Marsh, were having a big, freaky-deaky, family-style, enage-me-a-twee. But that's just like my opinion, man. It does Occam's razor the facts up pretty nicely, though. As much as he craved power and lusted after the highest of America's elected offices, I doubt very seriously Lyndon Johnson would have recklessly gallivanted around with his chief benefactor's mistress without his chief benefactor knowing about it. Well, one of his chief benefactors anyway. I can't forget the Brown brothers, who, as I've said before, their company later morphed into what became Hoogie Boogie Dick Cheney Halliburton. Anyway, that's all for now, but be sure to tune in next time when we'll finally start delving in, hopefully, to the humiliation, hey, Itcherel Ray stuff that I know y'all are just champing at the bit to hear about. And finally, and most importantly, never forget that God is in control, Jesus Christ saves, and stay positive.